Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Hey guys, welcome back. I have a great guest with me right now. I have Sharon Beck. Hey Sharon, how are you today?
Great, Casey. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you. Now, you're the president at Luminous Metaphysical, correct?
That is correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about what that is?
We have crystals, crystal jewelry, stuff like candles and cauldrons and herbs, and we perform Reiki, ionic foot detox, NutriBody analysis. I love to support women entrepreneurs, like coaching 3 of them at the moment. I know we do all kinds of hippie stuff.
Now, tell me what it was like growing up. You said that you saw your parents were kind of struggling. I'm just wondering where you got all this great information on how to open a business.
Oh, well, I ended up getting a associate's in business management.
Okay.
And then I got a bachelor's in holistic health. And I actually went to med school for 3 years, but I ended up with having 2 children. So you can't do both. So, through my experience of all my working, I've done management, customer service. Seems like every job I've ever had has prepared me to open my own business.
I see. And talk a little bit about your team. Who do you got working with you? And tell me about them.
Well, I have 2 ladies that work part-time, Jen and Tina. They help me with the daily stuff. I give them the easy stuff to do. That way I can focus on the stuff only I can do. And I actually broke down and got an accountant, which why did I wait so long is the question. And that's a huge help. And I have a gal that does my social media for me.
Okay. Now, how did you get involved in the information about this ionic foot detox that we talk about sometimes? Because it's something that a lot of people never heard of. I'm wondering how you learned about it.
Actually, I went to a psychic fair down in Columbus. It's one of the biggest ones in Ohio. And somebody had one of those ionic foot detox machines. So I did one. And I was immediately sold and bought one because it made me feel so much better. I slept good that night, and I don't know, I wasn't as achy because I have fibromyalgia and a lot of spinal issues. So I'm always in pain, and it helped the pain. So right there, I was sold. Plus, it was totally disgusting. It's so gross, but you cannot not look.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. So what is it about a woman-owned business that attracts you so much?
I know the struggle is real. Women in the workforce are not treated equally, and I don't know if that will ever happen. So I'm all about helping and mentoring other women, to empower them and give them the knowledge that they need. And I can definitely teach them what not to do because I made a lot of mistakes along the way. And just to see them prosper brings me so much joy.
All right. Now, talk about some of the challenges that you had getting the Luminous Life Metaphysical up and running. What were some of the challenges?
Timing. My timing was a little off, with the signage and, the POS system. I didn't have a mentor or a coach. So I just dove head in and gave myself a few lumps along the way. Yeah, but it was all a good experience. It really made me wiser in financial choices. I know the COVID was a really big challenge because I had to shut down for 2 months and I was behind on rent, and my customers are just fantastic. They did a GoFundMe for the business and got me a month's rent, and the landlords let me use the rest of the year to catch up. And I had to pull some money out of retirement to keep it going, but people were ordering online, and I was doing local deliveries. They kept me afloat,
Yeah,
and I have the best customers ever.
sounds like it. Yeah, that's pretty great. So how long you been in business for?
Almost 4 years. This April will be 4 years.
Wow. And is there anything like it in Ohio?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of metaphysical shops, but I'm the biggest. I'm an Aries. Go big or go home.
I got you. I got you. So take me through the process. Say I come in there and I've never been there before. Um, what do I experience as soon as I walk in?
Well, you're greeted, and we tell you about the sales, and we ask you what brings you in. Usually, for example, it's stress. I'll have college students come in. They're like, I'm stressed with school. I'm having trouble studying. So I direct them to, like some crystals, like amethyst is good for relaxation. Howlite's good for stress. Mookaite is good for stress. And sodalite is good for studying. So I give them options and tell them whatever stones jump out at you, there's a reason. Whatever catches your eye, that's the stone for you. And I have cards with the metaphysical meanings of each stone. So, they'll spend up to an hour in here picking out their stones. And, and sometimes I intuitively pick up what they need. And, at the checkout, I have little sashes that can keep their stones and their cards together, because a lot of people that come here are new to the metaphysical world. And I love teaching them all about the metaphysical world, the self-care, the, de-stressing.
Do you teach any like classes or online webinars?
Now, that's one of my goals this year, is to start doing some YouTube classes. But like in-house, we're still having the classes. We have crystals for beginners 1 and 2. We have a wire wrapping class. We have crystal bingo this month. Or
What are those
February.
two things? What's wire wrapping?
Wire wrapping is with crystals. You can learn how to wire wrap your own crystals to make a pendant or a ring. And I
Okay.
have somebody else that's experienced that comes and teaches that class.
Okay. And how about the crystal bingo? What's that?
Crystal bingo, that is, you actually use crystals on your bingo sheets, and you get to keep all those crystals. So it's kind of like a bonus. And there's, prizes and all that. It's rather fun.
Yeah, and it sounds like it. Now, what is for a beginner, what type of crystal should they get first?
Well, I would recommend the basics. It's selenite for cleansing, smoky quartz for protection, black obsidian for protection and eating up the negative electromagnetic and energy fields, clear quartz as an amplifier, amethyst as relax. Like I have a big amethyst next to my bed to help me sleep, because I'm terrible. I have insomnia so bad. And let's see, and rose quartz for self-love.
All right. Can you tell us some stories about some clients that really got it or really helped?
Oh yeah, there's many stories. Like the college girls, they come back. They're like, man, those stones really help. They put them on their desk when they're studying or carry them in their pocket to the classroom. I have one client, her husband is in a He had a stroke, so she, her whole life's been turned upside down. He's in a nursing home, so she has to take over, all the household chores and finances, and she's very, very stressed. She carries a mookaite with her, and when she's getting ready for a panic attack, she'll take that mookaite out and hold it and take some deep breaths, and that helps her.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Mr. Producer, we got any his feedback that has come in?
We do. We have Dominic in Chicago. What techniques do you teach your clients for de-stressing if they can't schedule a session with you?
Well, Dominic, that's an awesome question. The biggest thing I teach is when you feel yourself getting stressed, just stop. Pay attention to where you are at the moment, what your surroundings are, and take some deep breaths. That usually, because stress comes from thinking about the past or thinking about the future. So bringing yourself into the now, and looking at your surroundings, paying attention to smells, sounds, and notice that right now I'm good. There's nothing threatening me. Take some deep breaths, ask for guidance, but that's the main thing, is bringing yourself back to the now.
Good question. All right, Mr. Producer, what else we got on instant feedback?
We have Jane in Atlanta wants to know, what crystals do you recommend I wear to attract more loving energy with Valentine's Day coming up?
Jane, definitely rose quartz. Most definitely. There's actually pink moonstone is good too. And any pink or red stone will be good for attracting love, but definitely rose quartz.
Okay, cool. Next.
We have Albert in Maine wants to know, do you recommend using crystals in a new home to clear any negative energy left over from the previous owner?
Absolutely, Albert. The first thing I would recommend is the sage. If you don't know how to sage, you start at the basement or your lowest level and work your way up and have some windows open, and just imagine all the negative energy leaving throughout those windows. Black obsidian is awesome for protection, and selenite is good for clearing. Like in my home, in every entrance door, I have selenite and black obsidian. So whoever enters the house, they're cleansed from their negative energy, and the black obsidian is protecting and also absorbing negative energy.
Was it one of those things where, if somebody's a believer in crystals, kind of like, when you get hypnotized, if you don't believe in hypnosis, it's harder to get hypnotized. That old urban legend. Do you know anything about that?
About hypnosis?
No, about like if you really believe in the crystals, you have to believe in it for it to work.
Well, they're going to work if you believe it or not.
That's true, huh?
Yes, because everything has energy.
Everything's energy, right?
Right. And everything,
what's that? It can't be destroyed or something?
Yeah, it can't be destroyed. And everything vibrates at a different frequency. That's how each crystal does their own thing, because they're vibrating at different frequencies. Just like you vibrate at a different frequency than I do.
I see.
All depends on your path, your belief system, your attitude. If you're always negative, you vibrate at a lower frequency. And if you are always positive and love everybody, you vibrate at a higher frequency. So you attract higher frequency people and items.
Okay. All right, Mr. Producer, what else we got?
We have Christina in Oklahoma says, I have a chance at a promotion coming up, and I know I've been doing all the work I need to, but are there any crystals I can use to help bring some good luck?
Good luck. Tiger's eye is good. And carnelian is very good. So any orange stone, but definitely carnelian, because that is one of the prosperity stones. Pyrite is a prosperity stone. Any green, like green kyanite, green aventurine, those will help also.
What's the difference between a ruby and a crystal?
A ruby, okay, you have minerals, crystals, and gems. Minerals are straight from the earth. Crystals are usually tumbled or raw, that are broken from a larger piece and tumbled. And a gem is actually tumbled, polished, and cut. So a ruby can actually be a crystal or a gem. It all depends if it's polished and cut to be in a ring, or it's unpolished and it's just a stone to put in your pocket.
Are there some crystals that are more valuable?
Oh, absolutely. I have a lot of rare, like azurite is rare, and that is a mix between malachite and lapis lazuli. And it's very green and blue and shiny. Those are hard to get. Grape agate is expensive. That's hard to get. Moldavite, I carry moldavite here, and a chunk the size of a quarter is like $400.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's only so much meteorite to go around. It's been around for like 10,000 years, and the mine is getting low. So that's why they're so expensive now. To where
Wow.
clear quartz is very easy to find. They're almost in every state. So those are going to be that's going to be your cheapest stone.
I see. All right, Mr. Producer, what do you got going on?
We have Alex in New York wants to know, can I find any crystal and begin to use it for my metaphysical needs, or does something have to be done to it first?
Whenever you get a crystal, I recommend cleansing it with selenite or with sage, and put your intention in that crystal, and then it's ready to go. Good question.
Nice. You got another one, buddy?
We have Tim in Miami wants to know, do you recommend keeping essential oils around in the house to help with de-stress?
Oh, absolutely. Lavender is one of the best. And like the lavender, I just tap it under my nose to where I can get the aroma. Ylang ylang is good. Any citrus is very uplifting. Pretty much any floral is relaxing.
What do you got going on for Valentine's Day?
We have our crystal hearts, and all of our jewelry is 40% off. And I actually have cheap boxes for the fellas. We actually made up Valentine's gift boxes, so they can come in, just purchase a box, and those are discounted greatly. Like for a $70 box, I have it for sale for $50, and it's already packaged and just ready to go. And like, I'm going to have snacks and drinks for Valentine's Day, shoppers.
Okay. All right, Mr. Producer. What else is the feedback bringing in?
It looks like we have Alyssa in Michigan wants to know, how often are you on the lookout for new crystals and items to add to your store?
All the time. I love to get the rare ones. Even though they're not big sellers, it's nice to have them because there's always somebody looking for a specific raw or rare stone. So I have several distributors, and they call me when they get unique items. And I'm trying to think what else unique I have. There's several stones I have unique. I can't think of them right now, but I'm always on the lookout.
Where's the best place to find crystals? Can you find them in the United States, like in a mountain or something?
Yeah, you can find them in the mountains. There's most of them are from other countries or other states. Like I have Australian lepidolite, which is a very beautiful stone. It's very purple, to where the lepidolite from India is a lot lighter purple and not quite as gorgeous, but they still do the same metaphysical properties. And like Russia has absolutely gorgeous amethyst, and to where um, Pakistan, there's are a lighter purple. The crystals has come from all over the world, and I do not buy crystals from China.
Why is that?
They're just a lower quality, and a lot of times they send you something. Say I ask for Lemurian seed, but they send me clear quartz. I just paid extra for clear quartz. They don't always know what the crystal is, and you could get the wrong product. Plus, I don't like how they treat their employees.
Oh, really? How do they do that?
Well, they're just very hard on
Yeah.
the employees. They're underpaid, overworked, and I don't want to support that.
Well, good for you. That's good that you said that. We got one more, Mr. Producer.
It looks like we have Rachel in Philadelphia wants to know, do you ever go to other metaphysical shops to buy new items, or do you only work with your distributors?
I wish I had time to check out the other metaphysical shops, because I would love to see and talk to the owners, but I just really don't have time. And I have distributors where I get wholesale prices. It would be meaningless for me to purchase items from another metaphysical store. The profit margin wouldn't be any good. I wouldn't be able to put it on sale. But good question.
Yeah. Is there any other instant feedback you made? Okay, so yeah, we're about to wrap up here. Sharon, Beck, tell us who's a good candidate to come in to the store or virtually or be helped by your services?
Pretty much anyone that wants to better themselves without conventional medicine. There's so many different ways to treat yourself. If you're on conventional medicine, some herbs or some stones will help add to it. Like the Reiki helps. The alternative medicine, which is actually the original, it works great alongside conventional medicine.
Okay. And do they ever, this might be a silly question, but do they ever make like forks and knives out of crystals?
Yes, they do.
Really?
Yes, they're not cheap.
I wouldn't think they are.
I had a client call me asking for crystal urn for her mother.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't carry those because they're really expensive.
I would think so, yeah.
Yes.
But they do. They make like utensils out of crystals, and you got to think. I mean, the energy when it's got to do something to the food you're eating.
Yes. You can put crystals in your water, and that's called an elixir, and actually drink the water, and that will give you the vibration of that crystal.
A great idea. Can you taste it?
No.
You can't taste any of it. It's just
Yeah,
you just
tastes
sort
like
of
water.
properties. Yeah, no, it's pretty neat. So that's the stuff that you offer over there. All right, so let me give you the last word here, Sharon. Anything that you want the audience to know? Maybe tell everybody about Valentine's Day again, because that sounds pretty cool. I like the fact that you got stuff for us guys already in the mix, so we don't have to. Sometimes we're not the best at that, but you have the last word.
Yes, we have Valentine's Day boxes already set up for purchase, and we picked some unconditional love stones and some pretty items. So you could just pick one up for your lovey, and while you're shopping, enjoy some bubbly grape juice and some snacks. And you can reach us at 234-208-9036. We do virtual shopping tours, So you can call us and schedule one of those. We're working on our website, trying to get all the items on there, and that's luminousmetaphysical.com. You can shoot me an email at luminouslife11@gmail.com. And my name's Sharon, and you can, ask me any questions you want. I don't know, we're just going to have a fun February. We're already decorated and ready to go.
All right. Well, sounds great, guys. That is the one and only Sharon Beck, and we will be right back. Stay right there, guys.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.